And good morning. Here is the news at 10. First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu rolls out relief measures to cushion effects of current economic hardship on residents. Reduces work days for Lagos civil servants. Kaduna Military Hospital closes ward after outbreak of deadly hemorrhagic fever. And on the front end, Senegal president pledges to stand down in April. And in sports, Super Falcons of Nigeria battles Cameroon for Olympics tickets in Douala. And now the details. I am Mike James. And as part of efforts to ease the current economic hardship on Lagosians, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has announced various interventions in different sectors, including the civil service, public transportation, health, education, food sector, among others. Speaking during the live media chat tagged Sanwo-Olu Speaks, Governor Sanwo-Olu directed a flexible work hours for civil servants, which will see officers on grade levels 1 to 14 come to work 3 times in a week, while those on levels 15 to 17 will miss work once a week, and promised prompt payment of pensioners' entitlements. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who also reintroduced 25% reduction in all public transportation, including the bus, rapid transit, BRT, rail, and ferries, pledged to increase transport support for teachers in public schools across the state and exempt parents from showing evidence of tax payments to encourage enrollment of more students in schools. The governor also said his administration targets to distribute combo food bags to over 300,000 households, while in the health sector, the 31 general hospitals across the state have been directed to take child deliveries for free, just as the 6 health districts will embark on a free health mission twice a week. You have this to say.
We're going to be opening what we call Sunday markets in about 42 markets in Lagos. Sunday market. What you will see in those markets, is the same sort of stable, food item. But this time, you'll be buying at a reduced cost. We're going to cap what you can buy at not more than 25,000. I'll be giving you a 25% rebate immediately there.
Governor Sanwo-Olu, who said his administration is not unmindful of all the challenges being faced by the citizens, noted that government will not tolerate contraventions of its environmental laws.
I want to encourage all of us to say to ourselves that, a call for civil unrest or strike or something is certainly not a solution. So that's why I'm going to plead with all of us to let us work together. As your incident commander, I'm giving you the commitment that with the committees and the advisory pool that we're pulling together, it's a bipartisan engagement. We want everybody that have an idea to come and sit with us, tell us straight that this and this is not working. Do it this way. Let us share in the ideas that can ensure that we take ourselves collectively out of the challenges that we find ourselves in.
Our correspondent Adiola Akindele quotes Governor Sanwo-Olu as suing for continued peace in the state, irrespective of ethnicity, tribe, or religion, while reiterating his administration's commitment to the integrated urban transportation system and development of all sectors in the state. The Lagos State government has set a new agenda for Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) for collective impact, aiming to propel the state towards achieving global benchmarks. Speaking at an event organized by the Office of Sustainable Development Goals for members of high commissions and development partners, Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Obafemi Hamzat, highlighted the need for a strategic partnership that will create opportunities for the holistic advancement of SDGs. Emphasizing the imperative of building local resilience to solve SDGs challenges in the state, Hamzat noted that the administration has made significant strides in aligning its developmental policies with the global pursuit of SDGs through the Themes Plus agenda. While presenting the strategic plan of the Office of SDGs, Special Advisor to the Governor on Sustainable Development Goals, Orolua Fini, stated that in line with the visionary goals of the present administration, the office has defined 9 high-impact initiatives to achieve its mandate and take actions in 4 key priority areas to accelerate efforts for an inclusive and sustainable city. Lagos State Traditional Medicine Board (LSTMB) has successfully trained and certified another set of practitioners in the state. 82 new practitioners were certified after completion of the 6-week orientation course at the board's facility in Lagos. Registrar of LSTMB, Babatunde Adili, while applauding the practitioners' dedication and commitment to their craft, commended their enthusiasm for embracing the principles of traditional medicine and encouraged them to be exemplary ambassadors of the ancient healing practice. Adele further emphasized the significance of traditional medicine in complementing modern healthcare system, highlighting the need for practitioners to continue upholding highest standards of professionalism, ethics and patient-centered care. Adele said by doing so, they will contribute to the growth and recognition of traditional medicine as a valuable healthcare option in the society. The federal government says the $1.1 billion needed for the rehabilitation of the ports in the country is almost ready. Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, announced this in Lagos State during the presentation and inauguration of 7 security patrol boats by the Nigerian Port Authority, NBA. Oyetola reiterated the need to modernize the ports to meet global standards, commending the management of NPA for taking the initiative of acquiring the security patrol boats. Earlier, Managing Director of NPA, Mohammed Bello Koko, said the launch of the boats was a testament to the agency's commitment to continuous improvement in the journey towards transforming strategic intent of becoming the maritime logistics hub for sustainable port services in Africa from potential to actualities. And now to the rest of the stories. Authorities of the military hospital at the 44 Army Reference Hospital, Kaduna, have shut down the emergency ward of a suspected outbreak of viral hemorrhagic fever. The Corps Commander, Medical Brigadier General Esu Okoigi, who made this known, said the disease has claimed the lives of 3 health workers and a patient at the emergency ward. According to him, samples have been taken from suspected contact of the deceased and sent to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control Laboratory in Kano for analysis. He explained that the common symptoms of those affected include fever and non-specific symptoms likened to malaria, noting that the illness was complicated by abnormal liver function, acute kidney failure, encephalopathy, microangiopathy, and elevated D-dimer, among others. Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Olami Kadosu, has appealed to Nigerians to be patient as the management of the Apex Bank is doing everything possible to ensure that the Naira is strengthened. Kadosu said this in Ibadan at a 2024 public lecture entitled Recent Development in the Nigerian Foreign Exchange Market, Issues, Options and Way Forward, organized by the Nigerian Economic Society, NES. The CBN governor, who was represented by Usman Okpanachi of the Department of Monetary Policy, CBN, said the bank is working day and night to address the challenges and hopes things will work out. He said excess demand for forex in Nigeria is a legendary problem, adding that the bank has implemented various strategies to address this problem. And in some foreign news, Senegal President Macky Sall says he will stand down on April 2 when his term is due to end, but it is still unclear when elections will be held to elect his successor. He says the date of the elections will depend on the planned national dialogue that is set to begin on Monday, and which includes civil society groups, political parties and candidates. His announcement assuages fears that he was planning to extend his term amid a political crisis. Sall has been under pressure to announce an election date since attempting to delay it earlier this month. He had wanted to postpone the elections to December so that disputes over the eligibility of other candidates could be resolved, but the country's top court said the delay was unconstitutional and called for the election to be held as soon as possible. And at least 4 people have died and 19 missing after a massive fire ripped through 2 joined apartment blocks in the Spanish city of Valencia. Emergency services say the blaze engulfed the 14-story block in the Campanile neighborhood and spread to an adjoining building. Report says the building contains 138 flats and was home to 450 residents. At least 14 people, including 6 firefighters and a young child, have been injured. And over to sports news. After missing out on the Women's Olympic football tournament for 3 consecutive times, the Super Falcons of Nigeria will today face another daunting task against fierce rivals Cameroon for a spot at the 2024 edition of Paris later this year. This crucial 2-legged tie stands as the penultimate hurdle to securing a coveted spot in Paris 2024. The Falcons eliminated Ethiopia in the second round to get to this round, where they battled the Lionesses, who beat Uganda 3-2 on aggregate in the final qualifiers for Paris 2024, as the team hopes to qualify for the Olympics for the first time since Beijing 2008. The first leg of the encounter will take place in Douala today. With the Confederation of African Football, CAF, appointing Ugandan Shamira Nabada as the center referee for the match. The team will then return to Abuja for the return leg against the Lionesses at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, on Monday. And that's our news at 10. But just before we go, your vehicle is not a strong room. Please keep your valuables off the view of miscreants. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms, X formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. And on YouTube, subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration provided 87,000 units of single dual composite furniture for primary school pupils spread across the 6 education districts? You can get more details on the Lagos State government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. As part of efforts to ease the current economic hardship on Lagosians, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has announced various interventions in different sectors, including the civil service, public transportation, health, education, food sector, among others. The authorities of the military hospital at the 44 Army Reference Hospital, Kaduna, have shut down the emergency ward over a suspected outbreak of viral hemorrhagic fever. And we also told you that Senegal President Macky Sall says he will stand down on April 2 when his term is due to end, but it is still unclear when elections will be held to elect his successor. And then in sports, after missing out on the Women's Olympic football tournament for 3 consecutive times, the Super Falcons of Nigeria will today face another daunting task against fierce rivals Cameroon for a spot at the 2024 edition in Paris later this year. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagosstate.gov.ng. And that ends the news broadcast. It was compiled by Abiola Fagbalagu. Thank you for listening. My name is Mike James. Good morning.